Well, hello everybody. How are you? How are you? Yes, my name is Wayne, and you're still watching Inside Fairlawn. You might wonder why I'm opening up with this particular shot over here. And I think we're going to find out really soon, because I have two people here who aren't quite sure if they want to talk to me, but they're right here. First, introduce yourself. Who are you, sir?
Ron Lottermann, EMT with the Fairlawn Volunteer Ambulance Corps.
And you be?
I be Angelena Sela, also Fairlawn Volunteer Ambulance Corps member.
And you've been here for quite a while, correct? Yes?
I sure have, yes.
And I think, Ron, you've been here forever.
Some people think that.
Darn close forever. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about with Ron regarding CPR, and I think we're going to introduce our friend in a moment. But there's a possible need, I think, for more volunteers. Some thoughts about that and the types of candidates you might be looking for.
Fairlawn Volunteer Ambulance Corps is always looking for candidates. There's definitely always a need in town, from all different types, too. It takes all of us to kind of make the organization work.
Is there an age requirement or something?
We do now, actually. The requirements have opened up. We now can take people who are as old as 16. They start as cadet members, get brought up into a probationer member, and from probationer get brought up to general member.
Is it difficult to get members to volunteer, by the way? Is that hard?
Surprisingly, yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Not so
feel
easy.
in finding actually that the people are actually volunteering? That's got to make you feel good when it happens, right?
It does, absolutely. Wanting to share that common ground with somebody who wants to give back to the town is very special.
And I think for the town to be aware of that, it's really helpful, maybe sometimes when you don't expect to need that service, but when you do need it, it's good to know that there's going to be some people around, one, that are knowledgeable, and two, that are actually going to be there to help you.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's cool. Suppose there's people watching, and they go, how do I reach you? Do you have a phone number you can maybe throw out to us?
We do. It's 201-797-5321.
Okay, they're going for that pen and paper right now. They're going to come right back. One more time, slower and louder. Go!
It's 201-797-5321.
Thank you for chatting with me for a while. I hope you get the message out there about how important this is. Go back and do something else. I'm going to hang out with this guy. But thank you for your time. And you look great, by the way. I just wanted to mention it. Ron, it's always good to see you. It really is.
Hi, Wayne. How are you?
You know, I always want to tell people that I wouldn't really be doing my film on TV stuff if it wasn't for you. You got me started. I have no idea how long ago that is now, but it was a while ago. But there are other issues, and something very important of why I wanted to be here. Our little buddy friend over here might have something to do with it. I'm talking about getting prepared and knowing how to handle CPR. Now, you're involved with teaching some of that. Tell me a little background on that for yourself.
Yeah, so besides being an EMT here with Fairlawn, I'm also a registered nurse and an AHA CPR instructor.
You're wearing a lot of hats. You should get buttons for it.
I do.
This way we know what's going on. But I think the important part, well, it's all important, let's put it this way. The news lately is maybe having this more in people's heads. What happened with the football player in Buffalo. CPR may have saved his life. And the speed of it. But some background, some history before we even get to the demos here, how important it is to do this.
Yeah, so look, Damar Hamlin was a tragic case that happened in a very rare circumstance as far as we know, commotio cordis, which is a very, very rare event. However, we're more likely to see somebody, mostly a family member, who is going to have sudden cardiac arrest, and that care is very important. So, for example, just some numbers to throw out, is that we as the ambulance corps, when we respond to a cardiac arrest event, our resuscitation rates are very low, somewhere about 5%. And that has to do with the amount of time.
That's very low.
It is very low. And
time frame is a major thing.
It's not because of our ability.
No.
It's the time frame that the person has been in cardiac arrest. So when you talk about Damar Hamlin, one of the factors that helped save him was the fact that they got CPR and an AED going as quick as they did. So, for example, ShopRite, if you were to happen to have a cardiac arrest event in ShopRite, their statistics, as reported by ShopRite, are somewhere around a 90 to 95% save rate. And that's because they have people watching video cameras all the time. So if you were to go down, they have somebody with an AED and CPR within a minute on you.
We have on the table here a few different things that sometimes aid in saving people's lives, and even a quick spot on that, which is important too. What is that?
So this here is the automatic external defibrillator, or AED. It's as simple as pushing a button.
Training mode.
And then
Call
it pops
for
on.
help. Analyzing heart rhythm.
And you
Do
just
not
follow
touch
the
the
prompts.
patient.
Wow.
So you just follow the prompts, and it'll prompt you through the whole thing.
I think what's important, what I wanted to really focus on, the average person, I think, may not know about how to handle this. And from what we just chatted about, that could save someone's life. How about a demo? Let's go right to that. What do you
Sure.
think?
So, I mean, look, obviously, the first thing is you need to make sure that you're going to be safe walking into this environment, because there could be a lot of reasons why people go into cardiac arrest.
Right.
So, if you feel that the scene is safe, you want to go up and you want to make sure that they don't respond to you. So, tapping, and she's resuscitating Annie. So, Annie, are you okay? And if there's no response and you're comfortable checking a pulse, that's fine. But if there's no breathing, or even what they call an agonal breath, meaning it's just like a, and then there's nothing beyond that for a moment or two, and then like another similar breath, that's subjective to cardiac arrest.
Would definitely not
So-
having a pulse indicate that as well?
It would, but finding a carotid, which is here in the neck,
May
pulse.
not be that easy sometimes.
So even for healthcare professionals, it's still very difficult to find.
Okay.
So for the lay public, it's probably even more difficult to find. So we would rather, if you think it's cardiac arrest, start doing CPR. Which for the lay public, if you've not gotten certified, is center of the chest,
Let me see.
hands on here, hands above, and just,
Now you're doing it without stopping. Is that sort of the idea?
yeah, so the new regulations now, if you don't have the professional resources or you don't have some way to breathe for them, we don't want people being afraid of doing CPR, thinking that they have to do the old mouth-to-mouth.
Or they may be doing something wrong. They should know what they're doing, and that's right.
Yeah, so look, if they're dead, it's better off to do something than nothing. So AHA found out that people were afraid to do the mouth-to-mouth, so they said do hands-only CPR.
Do that again.
Meaning that you're just doing the compressions.
Is there something you could have in your head to give you a proper count and a proper method or timing for it?
Yeah, so what we want is roughly about 100 compressions per minute, and you can sing any song that's going to be in the range of 100 to 120 beats a minute. One of the most famous ones is Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. So if you sing that in your head and you do with that pacing...
All right, wait, start
you should
doing
be
it
good.
and hum.
I hope you're not going to make me sing this.
No, just hum. Stay alive. All right, so it's once we have that routine and that order, that's pretty much what you want to maintain.
That's it. Just keep doing that until you get tired, someone else comes along to help you.
But you don't have to necessarily pause in between. That's an ongoing thing.
Just keep going.
Never stop.
Just keep going.
All right.
Like I said, when professionals come or somebody else who's trained in CPR, be it an athletic director or somebody else who happens to be trained, they can start dealing with the breaths and helping that and, get
But
the
what we
AED
just
hooked
showed
up.
people is something that could actually, again, the faster it happens, the better it is. But
Yes.
we may be saving lives and saving certain conditions that may not end up being too bad.
Yes. So we want quick, effective CPR with an AED on early intervention.
But people at home can do this on their own, and it's not as more
Absolutely.
difficult as I thought, actually.
So there have even been cases that have been documented where a child has seen CPR being done on TV, and the kid has then gone and done CPR in a real-life scenario and has saved someone.
I think that's
so just
incredible.
watching this demo alone
We should help.
should help. And if not, you want to take something more advanced, call the ambulance corps. We're holding CPR classes, 201-797-5321.
They're going for that pen and paper that
Yeah.
they put away already, but say that again slow and loud.
201-797-5321, and the ambulance corps can let you know when there are classes coming up.
Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you
Wayne,
for.
thank you. This is very important, and I appreciate you coming out.
Well,
Let us
well,
talk.
well. Look, like I said before, you were involved with so many different aspects. I usually see sometimes on our street fairs dealing with recyclables, but every aspect of taking care of oneself and being aware of how to do it, I always come back to you. Ron, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here and helping out. Folks, I'm going to go out and visit some more people. Write down that phone number. Now, listen, we can save some lives here. It's not that difficult. Make sure you're aware of how to do it. If you don't have any people in your family that know how, show them how. Look for me. I'll be coming to your neighborhood real soon until we meet again. My name is Wayne Robbins. I'll see you next time inside Fair Lawn.